Enjoyment Unlimited.
Good evening and welcome to Carnival News around the world. I am Elizabeth Tessie Okemukoku. We begin the news from the continent of Asia. Work has been halted at the bridge gaps between the United States and Iran. This is according to sources from mediator Pakistan. Reports say that despite the failure of face-to-face diplomacy after Donald Trump called off a trip by his envoys and stated that Iran should fund when it wants a deal. Iran sources disclosed Tehran's latest proposal, which would first seek to end war and resolve the standoff over Gulf shipping, while pushing wider talks about Iran's nuclear program until later. The suggestion is unlikely to satisfy Washington, which says nuclear issues must be resolved from the outset. From the shores of Africa, Mali Defense Minister Sadio Kamara has been killed in an attack at his residence. This is according to the government's statement by the government house on Sunday. A high-profile fatality during coordinated assault staged the previous day by insurgents, including the West African Al-Qaeda affiliate. A car laden with explosive driven by a suicide attacker drove into the Kamara's residence in the town of Kati. A spokesman for Issa Osmal said in a statement that read out on the news media that a fire ensured and Kamara sustained injuries, which he later died in the hospital. The statement followed media reports earlier in the day, including that Kamara had been killed during the operation in Kadi, roughly 15 kilometers north of the capital, Kamabo, where the army's main base is located. In Europe, the top European Union officials and Hungary's incoming government will discuss on Wednesday the changes Budapest needs to push through to release 17 billion euros in European Union funds that have been blocked due to rule of law concerns under the outgoing government. Some of the frauding funds, such as 11 billion euro from the post-pandemic recovery fund, must be drawn by mid-August or be irrevocably lost. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Hungary's incoming Prime Minister Peter Magyar will take part in the talks. In North America, the White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles will hold a meeting this week on presidential security after a shooting near a gathering of journalists and administrative officers in Washington. A senior White House official has revealed this to newsmen in a statement today, Monday. The official stated that President Trump and the White House stand by the leadership of the U.S. Secret Service following the shooting outside the hotel ballroom where the White House Correspondents Association dinner was being held. Walz is expected to meet early this week with leaders of the Secret Service and the Homeland Security Department to discuss protocols and practices for major events involving Trump. This is where we wrap up our Carnival news around the world. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Once again, my name is Elizabeth Tessie Okemkoko.